Synchronicity, I see synchronicity. I work off whatever universe sending me. Are you kidding me? I vibe with your energy and this density. I sharpen my weaponry right now steadily. I'm seeing things pleasantly. Had a tendency to put my heart secondly. Brain was recklessly just looking for ecstasy. That's some cracker shit. I'm not on no ketamine. On my destiny, I thought I was desperately looking for someone to make me a better me. I saw entropy, I thought it was penalty. I was above it, so below there's no enemy.
I took a 30-minute break just now at work so I could get this video out, but I wanted to simplify your trust in your personal path, because that's really all spirituality is. All spirituality is having the confidence to do your own thing and be comfortable with it without guilt, regardless of regardless of parental expectations, regardless of what the society or culture you're around is advocating at the moment, and regardless of any fleeting feeling of, oh, what about plan B? Like, your plan B should be your plan A, nigga. Like, there is no when you try to like go half and half like that, I think that's the problem here. Like this duality, we try to go half and half. We try to have one foot in the door and keep the other foot right where it's always been, and that's kind of what makes it difficult for the universe to be like, what the fuck do you want? The only thing you have to remember on this journey of raising your consciousness is just that love is a matter of choosing whether to recoil or reconcile hate. That's really it. That's the framework of how you approach your everyday perception. And gradually it will increase itself through negation, because you start realizing that, it's not about suppressing the ego or killing the ego, because all that really means is just that you're continuing to devalue or dismiss your insecurities, and that's just going to create more of a buildup. And what I see contributes to this a lot is this mindset of like, I gotta keep healing myself. I gotta focus on this and that. I gotta do the shadow work. But the more I think about shadow work, the more I can see it in a better light, ironically. And it's that the more we try to fix our problems, like the more we feel flawed and feel like we have to adjust that first before doing something, the more we catch ourselves in this infinite loop of always feeling fucking broken, always feeling like there's something to put together. And I phrased this before in some type of writing. I have to find it, but basically I said it along the lines of this: what does the whole you have to gain in pretending itself to be fragments? This shit is imaginary. This idea that we're pieces that we gotta put together. The experiences just add on to reality. But if there are experiences that we don't integrate, if it isn't something we assimilate into ourselves, then it feels like it's separate from us. So, aka a negative experience. So that's why I always say, or how I see it now, it's just your ability to realize how you recoil to hate is all you really need to do to find love. You won't really have to find it. It just kind of appears to you in the form of realizations. And the more you make a habit out of this, because you only need 28 days to make something muscle memory. So you do this, for example, 28 days, it'll become automatic. So I have to speak on this because it's really annoying seeing on Instagram, for example, this commercialized spirituality where it's like, it's too much about closing off from everything more than it is I'm powerful than all the factors that I think fucking affect me, and I'll be the nigga that change shit for the better. It seems way too much of like being a hermit, and I don't resonate with that shit at all, because I used to be like that, like on my own, without all this social media stuff advocating it everywhere. And whenever I see it, it's just like, it's cringy. It's like, nah, I'm past this shit. We don't need to be like, oh, close your energy off from these toxic. You already shouldn't be attracting toxic ass people, because every time you have these obstacles where it just seems like annoying ass people trying to do the most to you, all you have to fucking realize is, hey, this nigga's a reflection of me. What the fuck are they teaching me? They're teaching me that whatever they're doing that annoys me is something I haven't reconciled in myself. So ponder that shit after these interactions you have with people, and suddenly these people start to disappear, because it's the noticing. Raising your consciousness is about the noticing. It isn't about finding a solution to the shit you think about. It's the noticing itself that does it for you. So, God, like, we need to stop using your goddamn consciousness so much. You raise your consciousness because your subconscious was doing that shit all along. You see what I'm saying? The conscious mind has access to about 10% of perceived reality. So, me talking to you right now is through the lens of a 10% filter out of the 90%, right? The rest is split half and half between the subconscious mind and the unconscious mind. How the fuck are we gonna focus on that then, if that's really what grows the conscious? Well, why are we trying to swim upstream thinking we salmon or some shit? Swimming upstream, creating this difficulty, trying to progress spiritually by tackling the thing that makes it infinitely more difficult. So take a break from consciousness for a fucking second, because we already think hard enough, right? Especially us conscious folks, because every time we see some shit, it can't be simple no more. Everything got to be deep. Everything got to have esoteric meaning. You can't even have conversations with people now fucking days. They'll be talking about their small talk things. They'll be talking about sports and you can't relate. They'll talk about what you want to do and you can't explain it without fucking having them feel resentful because you're doing something that everybody else isn't doing. You can't fucking you can't even, people can't even bring up religion around you without like part of you just being like, but like, yo, you looking at this shit exoterically. I'm looking at this shit esoterically, so I can't even talk about this without you thinking I'm a demon or some shit. Like man, like everything fucking changed when you know too much. So it really does show like what you got to do to have that inner and outer peace, because it ain't about changing the outside world, man. Fuck changing the world. It's about changing yourself and letting the world change for you. That's really all this is about. So yeah, man, we need more strength in our community and our conscious, our metaphysic community, our subconscious community. Because man, I'm done with this shit, this weak shit where we talking about, oh well, if someone does this to you, then you do that. Nah, like we gotta focus on tackling the thing that happens to us before we even react to shit. You know, the part of our brain that 7 seconds before we even have the interaction, we already know how we're gonna act. I'm trying to tackle that shit. I'm trying to nip it in the bud. I never want to be in a reactive stance in terms of consciousness. I want to have not everything in control, but I just want to be familiar with the patterns so that I know that there's nothing to be controlled. So when we're talking about, that's why the next video I'm gonna make, it might be about dream work, I'm not sure. My videos are gonna go back to being uploaded kind of like whatever, because whenever I routinely try to make videos, the quality goes down. And I only want to talk about shit I feel like talking about. So I'll have a lot of periods. So one of the other YouTubers, actually, Naturally Foolish, was talking about this. Oh, Yee Mook, something like that, where she's saying how like some periods she'll be like studying and researching, so she won't really upload much, and then other times she'll be posting a lot. That's me. Like I'll have my break periods and I'll have my posting periods. So yeah, I won't be going ghost on the channel. It's just your boy be busy bouncing work and this my hobby my hobby of researching and just showing the path. Because man, I'm not trying to come to no fucking concrete absolute solution. I'm trying to like have everything out on the table so we can figure some shit out together. That's like my whole mindset with the channel, and hopefully educating people in the future, whether that be like workshop classes for dream work, and like dealing with the subconscious mind, and just like the whole lifestyle I want to live, where I want to be in nature. I like this concrete jungle and stuff, but you know, I don't really resonate with it as much now that I see that I'm way more balanced out when I'm outside just chilling, and I'm able to just sit down, eat some fruits and vegetables and breathe and not feel rushed by anything. That's how I know I'm gonna be self-employed. I can't get up every morning working. I want to do what I want to fucking do, and people shouldn't feel guilty about wanting to think that while they're at work. You know, we ain't gotta have that mindset where we gotta just jump the gun, fucking quit the job, and then immediately start thinking about and stressing about a business. Like, do all your shit in graduality. That's the made up word, but yeah, fuck it. Do everything in graduality. Because when you take your time with stuff, you really know whether you want to do it or not long term. And I don't like holding myself to shit. That could just be like an Aries mindset, but my discipline is in the form of being spontaneous. So expect different forms of media on this channel. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about. My break's just about up. What else? Yeah, that's it. So yeah, remember that. The only thing you really need to know in terms of trusting your journey on raising your consciousness, like very simply, it's just love is a matter of choosing whether to recoil or reconcile hate. So remember that whenever you feel uncertain, whenever you feel tested by people. You have to remember this reality is like a mirror of whatever's going on internally. Like as above, so below, like we're the microcosm of this macrocosmic universe. But alternatively, you can see it the other way around. You are the macrocosm of this little microcosmic world, which we call our little bubble of perception. And we try to look so further than that, we think everything else is just like happening, when in reality it's happening for us on such an intimate and individual level, and it works so damn seamlessly because this is fucking nature, that just one change of your perception and everything seems like a different world. A whole new world. But yeah, peace.
Transmutate the pain and write you a legacy. As within, I'm looking out for my specialty. So without, I never see no thing separately. Separately. I hold the sepulcher at mountain range. We do yoga. I stretch with her, just pick the brank and I wait to have sex with her. Yeah, that's my baby. I'm stingy, can't mess with her. Synchronicity, I see synchronicity.